Warning, the show may contain some crude humor and mild swearing. Listener discretion is advised. This show is produced by Geek Happy Network, constantly curious about the things we love. If you enjoyed listening to Smorgasbord, remember to subscribe to the show on Spotify, YouTube, or on your favorite podcast app. Remember to leave a review. We would love to hear your thoughts.
This is Smorgasbord.
Welcome to Smorgasbord, a show where we explore the rituals, myths, and all things strange about the world of food. I'm Mik, and here is my co-host,
Angel.
She did
I
it.
don't know why I said that. I made hand gestures.
Yeah,
we are doing video for this, right?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
But for those listening, she just flipped her hair or flipped her hand like she was flipping her hair.
Yeah, but my hair's nowhere near my hand.
Yeah.
So that was the thing that happened. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've been on too much of a break.
Yeah, it's been like a month since we last
we
actually recorded.
We checked out mentally, more so than usual.
we brain deaded.
Well, we started kind of working again.
Yep, that's true. In good news in Canada, I guess, is we are starting to work again, safely. Yeah.
As safe as we can be.
Exactly.
It's very hot.
Yeah.
My face, I don't envy people who have to wear glasses.
Yeah.
Because I don't, and I know it gets foggy real quick.
Yeah, especially when you're wearing a mask and you're breathing because all the air goes up into your glasses.
Yep.
Which makes it hard to wear sunglasses too.
Oh yeah, sunglasses. That's why I never bring them anymore.
Fair enough.
I'm just real squinty because it's really bright out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Although we're supposed to cover our eyes too, our eye holes.
Wait, from
with like a one
right.
of the sets I was wearing a face shield the entire time.
Oh wow.
Have you tried to eat crafty with a face shield and a mask?
I assume you don't do the traditional just directly to your mouth.
I mean, I just forgot, and then I mushed some brownies onto the face shield.
People were asking, did you just fall into mud?
I just ate.
It's worse.
I ate poop. Yeah, good thing they had extras.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't have to Windex my face.
Oh, I thought you meant extra brownies.
Oh, I mean they'd had extra brownies and an extra face shield. So.
Okay, that's good.
What are we?
But today, we are traveling all the way to Spain to cover a celebration of food that, in my opinion, seems to only exist for a reason to party.
I feel like we just did some party episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the last episode we did was the dead people episode.
All right.
The funeral
what are we partying
party.
about?
So we are partying for a little celebration called the Calçotada, which, what do you think is the food that's celebrated during the Calçotada?
Burritos.
Spanish burritos.
Yeah.
No, they are calçotadas. The calçotada celebrates a kind of green onion known as the calçot.
Oh,
which
okay.
comes from
that was way off. Not even close.
Yeah, I don't think they even put green onions in burritos. Oh, maybe with the sour cream.
Yeah, I don't think burritos are even Spanish.
Right, there is that too. Yeah, calçots come from the Catalonian region of Spain. We're going to cover more about the origins of the calçot today, where on earth Catalan or Catalonia is, and all the foods and festivities that happen during the calçotada.
Nice.
I guess before all of that, since it's been a while, what's in your palate?
Eggs Benny.
Ooh, homemade?
Freaking! Are you kidding me? You think I can even boil normal eggs?
Well, you cooked. We had that lunch party, and you made zucchinis.
Oh, I did.
Which was
that was a lot
tasty.
of zucchinis.
Yeah.
But that's not eggs. Eggs is higher on the difficulty scale.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, I went to there. Did you know there's like a garden terrace outdoors type sitting place at the art gallery where they serve you eggs Benny.
No, as in like right by the square outside?
It's like on the side of the art gallery. Like it links to the
What?
inside, and they have a little patio situation.
What? No, I did
So
not know that.
it's really nice. You should check it out.
Cool.
They had
Is it good
Peking
too?
duck. They had Peking duck eggs Benny. They got fancy with their
Wow.
eggs Benny. So I got a salmon one, which was really good. And then my friend got the Peking duck one. She was all like, "I just wanted eggs Benny." I'm like, "No, you didn't. You wanted the duck one."
Were they duck eggs on the Peking duck Benny?
Oh no! Unfortunately, they
Ducks
were not
make eggs,
duck
right?
eggs. Ducks do make eggs. They're a bird.
Oh, we're back at this and we're still confused as ever.
We don't know how things work.
Nope.
But anyway, eggs Benny with ducks
Ooh.
pieces, not duck eggs.
Right. Nice. I've been eating goldfish crackers.
Have we reversed? Because I'm usually the one that's eating like the saddest packaged stuff.
Yeah, I went to a grocery and found goldfish crackers. It was like 3 for $4 or something.
And you got
And
real excited.
I got really excited. And I made the mistake of putting it beside my desk. So
Oh, okay.
in my week off, I have done a lot of
Nothing
goldfish
but
crackering.
eat goldfishing? Okay.
It's a good cracker to eat while you're watching the NBA playoffs too. So I figured, sure, why not?
Goldfish crackers are my preferred crackers, even though I don't like
Yeah.
crackers at all.
They're as good
But
as
if I
crackers
had
can
to,
get.
yeah, throw them in some soup. Make
Yeah.
those fish swim.
Oh, I've never. That sounds disgusting.
Just makes them mushy.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know why people put crackers in their soup. That's
No.
just a weird.
I, yeah. I mean, even when I eat the goldfish crackers, I try to chew them really quickly so it doesn't
So they don't get mushy.
get soggy. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's another episode. Why do people put crackers in their soup? Because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, actually, that's a. Yeah, why?
Yeah, why? All right, that's something to explore later.
Yeah.
But we're talking about burritos today.
Yeah, we are talking about green onions.
Oh. Okay, green onions.
Yeah, or in Catalonia, they're called calçots. Before we get into more about the origins of the calçot, I figured we'd start with some calçot facts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I like
so-
facts.
So one fact is that when you spell calçot, the second E is accented with a cedilla, which is the one that gives a little hook at the bottom of the C.
Oh right, the
Yeah.
little tail.
Yeah, the little tail. Apparently that way just to signify that you pronounce the C soft instead of hard. So instead of saying calcot, you'd say calçot
Calçot.
or something like that.
Ah.
The calçots are also part of the Arai. Okay, I'm gonna have like 5 tries at this. Amarilidaceae. Amarilidaceae.
I can already tell you that's not
family.
right. Close enough.
Oh, do you know the family?
No, I don't. But that doesn't sound like Latin at all.
Not at all. But essentially, in less Latin form, it is just a family of bulbous plants. So
Oh, like a Bulbasaur.
yeah, because I mean, onions in themselves are bulbous plants because the onion itself is the bulb, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wonder if anyone can eat like a tulip bulb. If
I don't-
anyone out there has eaten a tulip bulb, please tell me if it's good.
Yeah. Tag us in our Facebook, I think. Oh no, we have a Instagram now, the Smorgasbord,
Yes.
and tell
Plug
us
it.
about your tulip eating experiences. Anyway.
I mean, you could, yeah. Looks enough like a shallot.
But we are not liable for what happens when you eat a tulip,
Oh, okay.
even if you become super strong.
You become tulip man. That's your superpower.
You get tulips. You're just super talkative. That's your power.
Oh man, that's the worst power. Lock 'em up.
Yep. The calçot is also a kind of green onion, apparently, that grew from little sweet white onions, but then replanted. But nowadays, you could actually just buy special calçot bulbs. Visually speaking, a calçot is milder and less bulbous than onions tend to be, which makes it look more like a leek if you see it.
Oh.
So if you've never seen a little green onion or a leek, it would have little small roots at one end with a bulb there, and then a white stalk in the middle with dark green
leafy
bits in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like leeks.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't think I've really tried a lot of leeks.
Yeah, I've only had them in soup.
Oh.
Or like a dippy, soupy type of situation.
A leaky soup.
A leaky soup.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try that out.
Yeah.
The calçot plant itself is rather small. It can grow as long as about 25 centimeters only, and a diameter of about 2.5 centimeters. One way to differentiate a calçot from other green onions is that it has a much longer white stalk compared to green onions. This actually is intentional and accomplished through a special growing process. So, yeah.
Cultivated.
Yeah. So to grow a calçot, you would plant it during the fall or winter, and it usually takes about a couple seasons to fully grow, like from plant to flower to seed. But usually harvest it much sooner because you don't really wait for it to be a flower. You usually start harvest it whilst it's still growing out to be a full plant. It grows everywhere in the Catalan region, and it's a pretty exciting part of the Catalan culture from what I've seen. You would, again, when you go plant it, you would plant it like you would an onion. You would plant it one bulb at a time in a row. Usually like want to dig a little bit of a hole, like a trench-like thing, and then put them in there. But what's different about growing a calçot compared to regular onion, where you would usually just water the plant and watch it grow, is we add an extra step in the process which turned these onions into calçot onions. The process itself is called calçar, which is where you get the name calçot. In Catalan, I think it translates to put your shoes on, which is weird. But agriculturally, the practice is known to be what it means is to cover the base with more soil to promote upward growth. So the idea would be with the calçot plants is as the plant continues to grow, you put more soil over it to kind of trick the plant into thinking it needs to grow more stems, the white stemmy part, rather than the green leaves.
So what part are you eating when you're eating it?
You eat the white part.
The whole thing, the white part?
The white part is the main meat, if you'd want to call it, of the calçot.
Okay.
So to create more of the white part, you would cover it with more soil, so it makes the plant think it needs to grow bigger stems to push out of the soil. Which makes me think, why don't you just plant it deeper? Maybe maybe
I'm
can't
sure there's
grow
a
scientific
explanation for it.
Yeah, we're not farmers, so.
No, have you seen my plants? They're so sad. So sad. They're like, please end me. But I'm like, no, I'm going to give you just enough water to keep you alive, but not happy.
That's cruel. Hey, as long as they're alive, I guess.
Yeah, they're I'm looking at them right now. They're all right.
They're there. I recently killed my one plant already, so I'm one plant down. It seemed like a low maintenance one. You didn't have to keep it under sun or water it too much, but.
Oh, well, mine literally came with a label that says, I thrive on neglect, but now it's looking real sad. So I'm like, what do you want? I've ignored you for months.
You have to ignore it more.
Yeah, just my concern right now is killing it.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta run over. You gotta just leave it. The calçot plant apparently has a geographical indication and are protected by the European Union in the town of Valls, which is in the Tarragona region of Catalonia. The Valls town itself is found in Spain, kind of in the south side, and as probably especially people who have friends from Catalonia know, there is definitely a dispute between whether. But for anyone who knows anyone from Catalonia, there is a political dispute now happening between the people of Catalonia and Spain, where there are certain groups of people in Catalan who want to separate from Spain. As we are not a political podcast, we're going to stick with the current situation of Catalonia, which is that they're still part of Spain, and treat them like they're still part of Spain. At least politically speaking.
Am I correct that Catalonian, it's a language? They have their own language?
Yes, it's a different version. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I knew a kid from my Swedish school that spoke Catalan.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, what is that?
Right.
He's all like, it sounds kind of like Spanish Italian.
Yeah. With like some Portuguese and French.
Yeah. So, I mean, I couldn't tell the difference. He said
Yeah.
like 2 words, and I was like, cool.
Yeah. It's like I definitely don't. I understand Spanish when people talk sometimes, but definitely not Catalan. But in the Valls town, in the Vice town, apparently there's also other stuff to do aside from the Calçotada. One of it that I found really interesting was there's a festival of people building towers of people, sometimes 10 people high. Which actually, when I was in Barcelona, I saw that happen. Like people
Are
were
these-
practicing for it. It's a hobby that people practice for in the middle of the streets there too. So it's a thing.
Are these alive people?
Yeah,
Or-
like real
oh,
people.
okay.
Like they tried to
Okay.
make like a human pyramid, but instead of
But
a
with
pyramid,
10
it's a
people
tower.
high.
Yeah. So it's more just straight instead of triangular. It's pretty
Oh.
crazy. Like when you see people do
I
it.
guess when you're in a small town, you have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You grow some onions and then you grow some people towers.
They start putting sand over the people to help promote upward growth.
Oh man,
Um,
that is so odd.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But
kinda
even in
cool.
Barcelona, we saw some people climbing.
Climbing people.
Yeah, and my brother has a friend from Catalan as well, and he was saying about how he wanted to do it one year. So maybe he will.
I wonder how they decide to place like what level of the tower you're at.
Probably size is one big thing.
Not like you've been bad this year. You're on the bottom.
No, I don't think so. It seems like a celebration more than
Than a punishment. It
Punishment,
sounds like a
yeah.
punishment. I'm like having 9 layers of people on top of you. Can you imagine?
yeah. But when it comes to the origin story of the Calçot, it seems like every origin story we seem to go through, it's not sure. But the most common and popular one seems to be that it roots from a specific farmer named Sat de Benaigues, Sat de Benagues, who lived in
Please,
the late 1800s
people.
in Vice.
I would really like a compilation of listeners correcting Mick's pronunciation of things.
I'm not a linguist, okay?
Just throwing that out there.
I'll just spell next
continue.
time. I'll just spell things out. So it's XAT space DE space BENAIGES.
Yeah, no.
See, but anyway, so this Sat guy allegedly invented the Calçar method in order to get more of the edible white part of the onion. So that's the story and how it goes. When it comes to food in Catalonia, because that's what we like talking about most, Catalonia's location is both coastal and non-coastal, so you'll notice a variety of flavors in their food. There's some Mediterranean influences, French influences, aside from obviously the Spanish influence. What I found interesting when I was looking at a lot of the Catalan cuisine was it's very earthy, like the color of it. So a lot of their dishes are rich in earthen colors like brown and dark reds and orange. And similar to, I guess, Philippine cuisine, also very saucy.
Saucy.
Yeah. When it comes to the actual real food with Catalan cuisine, they have a term called mai I mantanga, which is the sea and the mountain, which is essentially equivalent to what we call surf and turf. That's because a lot of Catalan cuisine revolves around the seafood and the meat, as they are both coastal and non-coastal. Mushrooms are also apparently a common ingredient, as aside from planting onions and climbing over each other, foraging for mushrooms seems to be a common hobby in Catalan. Another notable part of Catalan cuisine are sauces, like we mentioned. So you see very different
sauces.
saucy dishes or dips that accompany a variety of fish, meat, and vegetables. So different things
I'm
like...
very into this. I love saucy food.
Yeah. I think if you Google Catalan cuisine, you'd love it. It looks like a bunch of... It's similar. It looks like almost Thai cuisine too, because there's a lot of curries
I'm gonna Google it
or
right
saucy
now.
stuff.
Oh man, I'm hungry.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, it looks super good.
But another...
We need a Catalonian friend. Catalan friend.
Yeah,
Catalonian.
I think I have some. I just
You
haven't talked to
have
them in a
some?
while. Yeah.
Import them.
Let me go ask.
Yeah, it looks like they have a lot of shrimp.
Yeah. One other meat that Catalonians enjoy, which I think might be influenced from the French as well, is our snails, or what they call cargols.
Escargot.
Yeah.
But not French.
Yeah, but not French. They're often cooked in tomato sauce here with chorizo and garlic. And I'm pretty sure we did try this dish when we were in Barcelona.
Oh, nice.
And
What
it's
does
really good.
snail taste like?
It reminds me of mussels,
Oh, okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
A fun addition that I also found out about Catalonian cuisine is they have a form of pizza which they call coca. And
Coca.
these are both savory and sweet.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Like that one time we had that potluck, and I definitely thought the fried bananas were spring rolls, and I dipped it in like the meaty sauce.
Yeah. So if anyone who's listened to our Filipino street foods episode, we had a potluck with friends, and a friend of ours, Bianca, or our editor, made some turon, which is what we talked about as the banana wrapped in a spring roll wrap fried with sugar. And Angel thought
Guess
it
who
was
thought
spring
it
rolls.
was highly deceptive. Okay.
Yeah, the look on her face after, because we had that turon dipped in a bunch on the palabok sauce too. I was like, oh man,
I owned it. I ate it.
yeah, it's still
No
good.
regrets. It was still good.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet and savory is a good combo.
Oh, 100%. And when it comes to Catalonian dishes, some popular ones are pa amb tomaquet, which is bread and tomato, essentially. Unlike here where butter and bread is common, in Catalan they use tomatoes instead of butter, which
A
is,
healthier alternative.
yeah, it sounds actually pretty good. Another common kind of dish in Catalan are sausages. So one of it is fuet, which is pork sausage.
It's foot.
Fuet, F-U-E-T. Just funny because it sounds like puet, which is butt in Tagalog. So it's either your foot or your butt.
It's a foot. Delicious. Loving it.
Yeah. But this is essentially a pork sausage spiced with peppercorns, anise seeds, and served with bread. Butifarra amb montañas, or butifarra ab mongetes. Butifarra ab mongetes is also using the same similar pork sausage, but sautéed with some white beans.
I feel like this warrants a pin on the trip
Yeah. Oh,
planning.
for sure. If we're ever going to Europe, we have to pass by there
If we
for sure.
ever go to Europe, we're going to Europe
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Exactly. No. What?
No way.
I just spent a lot on the 3D printer.
Oh,
Want to buy.
I spent a lot on living.
Fair enough. When it comes to soups, though, one popular dish is the escudella, which features something called the pilota. Do you want to guess what a pilota is?
It's a burrito.
I'm gonna say at least that's closer. It's actually a massive meatball.
How
Served.
massive are we talking about? Is it the size of my face?
It's like, have you ever seen those reverse spaghettis where it's a spaghetti inside a meatball?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a normal thing.
It's not. But it's pretty big.
I'm not part of this pasta eating people crew. So I don't know if this is normal.
I don't think it
But
is.
it doesn't
normal,
sound
no.
right.
Nope. But yeah, the pilota is it's pretty big. It would probably take up like a sizable chunk in the bowl, from what it looked like. It's also served with some root vegetables and pasta. There's also apparently a Christmas version called the Escudella de Nadal, which seems to be a soup so badass it turns into a 3-course meal, which is something that I think we should do
Wow.
an episode on.
Oh, we should definitely do that. Yeah.
When it comes to fish, esquexiada de bacaya is salted cod with tomatoes, onions, roasted peppers, olive, and a simple olive dressing on it.
I think
Olive
I would
oil
like
dressing,
that a
I
lot.
mean. Yeah, it sounds really good. I'm not a big fan of cod, but this kind of combination, I feel like, brings out the cod.
You know what my secret for eating fish is?
Yeah.
Just not know the difference between any of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I literally can't tell unless it's tuna or salmon.
Right.
Anything outside of that, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
So,
they also eat, as you mentioned, different kinds of meat. So fricando is a veal stew with mushrooms, garlic, almonds, and parsley.
Almonds.
And what kind of Catalan episode would this be without a sauce example? And our sauce example is the popular romesco sauce, which sounds amazing. It has almonds, hazelnuts, roasted garlic, roasted tomatoes, dried peppers. It's said to go really well with seafood or even roasted vegetables. For dessert, a popular dish would be the crema catalana, which is a soft cream with caramelized sugar glaze. So I guess it's what do you call that one? In France?
Creme brulee?
Creme brulee. It sounds like that.
Yeah. Sounds like less eggy version.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Another dessert is the mal imato, which is goat's or sheep's cheese with honey and walnuts. So I think we covered... Oh, it was the Eids. One of the Eid desserts were similar to this, where it was like milk with honey and walnuts or something. Oh, it was rice maybe. I can't remember now. Anyway. But yeah, so that's a little bit about Catalonia and their food. Their freaking amazing food. Man, Spanish food sounds so good all the time. Even the tomatina ones with paella. But yeah, so we're going to cover today more into the calçotada. So what exactly is the calçotada? For the most part, it's an annual event that celebrates the harvest of calçots by pretty much feasting and eating calçots.
In like different dishes?
No, just the calçots.
Just by themselves?
Yeah.
Like raw?
No, they cook it.
Do they? Okay.
But yeah, there's no like major festival that happens. People just start selling it. It's like the virgin... Oh my god, we're going back to virgin boy eggs. It's like a seasonal dish where it just comes up during a certain time of the year. We need better examples.
Oh no. Yeah. We need to be more worldly. We can't always rely on the virgin boy eggs.
Nope. So yeah, this happens during the calçot harvesting months, so during winter and close to spring. It's essentially a way to signify...
winter.
Yeah. It's a way to signify that spring is coming. So
Good.
November to April it's usually the months it happens.
So when you see these virgin ground eggs, you're like, things are getting better.
Yep, exactly. From what I understand, there's not really a big festival that happens. It's just an event, so it's a way to like hang out with friends, I guess. It's like, hey, we're having a calçotada. And then everyone comes in.
All the people who are super antisocial.
Yeah.
Come eat this root vegetable and then you can go home.
Yeah, exactly. So if we look into what happens in the calçotada, that's it. You eat and drink, and then the central dish obviously is the calçot. So when it comes to cooking the calçot, to cook the calçot for this style would be using a grill that you put over a fire made out of sarmientos de viñedo, which is essentially just grapevine branches, some wood or charcoal as well to add to the fire. These grapevines...
Now, does it flavor it in a certain way? Like
it does.
Grapevines?
Yeah.
Okay.
It flavors the calçots and anything else that you'd be grilling that day too, right?
It's kind of like hickory, but not.
Yeah, more grapey.
More grape.
I don't know actually what grapevine branches taste like.
Fire grape. Well, you know how like some incense smells real good until you actually set it on fire and then it just smells like burning.
Yep. I'm assuming that's not what happens in this one, but who knows?
Who knows? We gotta go there.
Yeah, we gotta. It's almost
November.
November.
About traveling and we just can't.
Nope, we really can't. Well, yeah, so after the fire in the grill is made, the calçots are then prepared by just cutting off the longer green leaves, because like we mentioned, the white stalks are the most desirable meat to eat. But they're usually left unwashed, as the bits of soil can add some flavoring, I guess, to the dish. The calçots are then added to the grill and cooked until its layer is essentially charred black. So the green and the outer layer is pretty much black by the time it comes out.
Oh, I like a good crispy.
Yeah.
Crispy crisp.
Yeah. Then right when it comes out of the fire, you wrap these calçots into newspaper to just rest for a few minutes until it's ready. Yeah. Might be a traditional thing, but I think it's a way to also help it like retain the heat and cook the insides of the calçots more.
You know the ink really adds to the flavor.
Oh yeah, for sure. The calçots are then removed from the newspaper and they're usually served in terracotta tiles, which is a cool way to present this, I guess.
Oh, sounds pretty.
So because of the charring in the grill, your final product will look essentially black, but super tender and steamy inside because you let it warm out in a newspaper for a bit, and you eat it whole. But there is a specific way apparently to eat the calçots. Unfortunately for any listeners, or any Janes out there, you probably can't eat calçots because we are eating the entire plant. But for everybody else, this is how you would eat a calçot.
Nice. Hey, vegetarians.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Listen up. You would hold the top of the calçot with one hand, and with the other hand, you'd start peeling off the charred black layer.
We're demonstrating.
For those listening, and we're demonstrating. Then you would dip the calçot in a
It just looks like you're peeling a really big string cheese.
That's, I think, what it feels would probably be like. Yeah. Then once you have it peeled off, you would dip it in salbixada sauce or romesco sauce, and twist it in the sauce as much as you want to get really that sauce into that calçot.
Oh yeah, get it in all the creases.
Yeah. Salbixada sauce is similar to romesco sauce, but specialized for calçots. As we mentioned, romescos go really well with some vegetables, but predominantly fish is usually or seafood is what's usually really good for. So salbixada is more designed for calçots. From what I see, the difference is really to just thicken the sauce with toast mixed with vinegar and garlic. So it's flavored toast that's put in to thicken the sauce. I'm assuming it makes it a little bit more sticky to the calçot because that way you could get more of the sauce. But anyway, so after you dip the calçot, you would hold the whole calçot over your mouth and lower it as you take a bite. And then
This looks obscene.
you would dip and repeat. So it's a dip, lower bite.
Dip, lower.
And
Dip,
then-
and then dip into your mouth.
Yeah, dip and dip until you finish the whole thing. For anyone who's first tried it, it's best to try this standing up first, I guess. And you probably should have a napkin or a bib.
I'm all for bibs, man.
Yeah.
Always. Not just at Red Lobster, but
Yeah.
in life.
Fair enough. It's like, why? I don't know. Sometimes a bottle of water just shows up and falls on me. It's like,
Came out of nowhere.
good thing I have this bib.
Yeah, but then like around the bib, it's just sauce stain.
Yeah.
We need a big bib.
Yep.
Big kid bib.
Yeah. I think for this one, you'll need a poncho.
Yeah, one of those hairdresser cape.
Yeah.
things.
To know that you've done it successfully, your fingers will be black from the char and orange from the sauce as well. It's a messy event. Everyone's out there to have fun. There's a lot of probably wine and drinking that happens, so everyone's just messy, and it's great.
Yeah, I don't think you can have a festival of food without being messy.
Yeah. Like, why worry about cleanliness when you're just enjoying?
You're just here to eat, man.
Exactly. Then you would, after eating your calçot, you could finish with some bread or some red wine or some cava, which is just a Spanish sparkling wine.
Ooh.
Usually the serving size, this is what blew me away. The serving size for people, how many do you think people would eat usually?
6.
In a calçotada?
6.
Try, I'll give you 3 chances.
Oh my god. 12?
Nope.
38.
Around 20.
Oh, 20.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Which
was
is
not
crazy. I don't think I could even eat one whole green onion.
Yeah, that's a lot of
That's 20
that's
green
a lot
onions.
of green. I've never eaten a whole green onion. Like the only way I've ever had green onion is chopped up
Right.
in little.
Yeah. And usually
And
they serve you the green part more than the white part too.
Yeah, I think of it as like more of a garnish than
Right.
a thing that you eat.
Yeah. But yeah, because I think the big difference, like we mentioned, is the white part is way bigger for calçots than regular
Right.
green onions, and that's what they eat. So I think that one has a little bit more of a juicy, sweet taste to it than the green part.
I challenge you to eat 21
All right.
when we go.
So this is it.
It's gonna be the most fiber you have.
This is gonna be our next video episode. It's just us growing calçots and trying to eat green onions.
We have to grow at least 21.
Yeah, that's fine. We could do that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask for a lot more land.
Yeah.
I was just gonna grow one.
Fair. Yeah.
We need like a row.
Yeah, like just the 3-foot row I think will be fine.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, this is just the appetizer when it comes to the calçotada itself, since more food and fun continues like throughout the day. So, when it comes to the food of the calçotada, usually it's mostly grilled stuff, since you have a grill going that's been flavored with the calçots and been flavored with the wine anyway, or the vines anyway. So you'd usually serve, like we mentioned, the butifarra abon montangas, which is the pork sausage dish, stuff in it. Or you'd have grilled meats, pork, and lamb chops. What I found actually interesting addition to the calçotada was this thing called the poron, which is,
What is it?
from what I understand, is essentially a wine craft for one.
One. Just one person.
Yeah, because if anyone looks into a poron, what it looks like is essentially a watering can.
I saw a man on the beach today. He set up his own table with a checkered tablecloth.
Right.
He had his speaker, his Bluetooth speaker out.
Yeah.
He had a giant umbrella. He had a carafe.
Of wine?
He
Wow.
also had his own grill,
Dang,
like a little mini grill. Like this guy had it set.
that is goals right there.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He
Nice.
was there to have fun.
Yeah. So he
By
sounded
himself.
like he needed a poron.
Yes.
So what a poron
Oh.
is when I say winecraft for one, I mean it because what the poron is designed to do is replace the glass and the bottle. So this way you could drink wine straight from your poron instead of having to serve it in a bottle. If
Oh,
you've
nice.
ever watched people try to drink this, it's pretty fun and it's quite an experience because it's a kind of, the way to drink it is you really tilt it to you and let it spout over. And it seems like the better you are at it, the further you put the poron. And then-
Oh, so the liquid goes like.
yeah,
Okay.
which is why it's a good thing you have a bib and you're already brown and brown
Wait, do you
and
actually get a
orange.
bib?
I'm sure people do. It's like a messy experience. It's a smart thing to bring a bib, even if you do this every year. Yeah, so that's kind of what the calçotada is. It's really just a fun time to hang out and eat a crap load of green onions and get super drunk and spill everywhere. Which means usually if you're traveling anywhere in Catalonia during this season, make sure to do this indoors. Usually the best way apparently to do a calçotada anyway is indoors. So if you're in a restaurant, just find and make friends with somebody else, a local, and be like, hey, can I come to your calçotada? I'll pay for the calçots.
Do you think they're friendly enough for us to do that too?
Yeah,
Or will they be like, you stupid Americans, and we'll be like, we're not Americans.
we're Canadians.
I mean, I am American, but still, I came in here on a Canadian passport.
Yeah.
Because Americans can't travel, they're banned.
Yeah. I think so. My experience with people from Catalonia are they're super awesome and friendly and the best. And I know there's this perception in Spain outside of Catalan or in Europe that Catalonians are pretty stuck up. That's just never been my experience with Catalonians. They're probably the funnest, kindest people I met in my trip in Europe. They're pretty chill. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm sure we'll get invited to Calçotada.
Sure, yeah, totally.
I hope. If anyone wants to invite us to one, you know where to find
Hint.
us.
Hint, hint, hint.
When it comes to is it healthy or is it good? Calçot onions, when it comes to being healthy, contain vitamin C, vitamin B6, calcium, manganese, flavonoids, and potassium, which all sound like good things for you.
Yeah, that sounds like an all-inclusive vitamin blast.
Yeah. Calçots are also known to be diuretic, tonifying, digestive, and have aphrodisiac properties. So, seems good for you.
Nice.
I'm
And it
su-
sounds like it's full of fiber. It'll make you poop,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
good.
And if it's
a
not
good
from
thing.
that fiber, it's probably from all the alcohol and meat you ate.
Which
So,
has zero fiber, by the way.
yeah. So you'll have just very maybe maybe you'll poop out a pilota.
Oh, that's a different story.
Like ooh meatballs.
We have devolved.
When it comes to is it good? It seems to be super delicious. From what I've heard from people, it's sweet and smoky and juicy and tender in texture. So I'm down for it. And so the salfixada sauce sounds amazing too, with all the nuts and peppers and all that in it. Salpixada. So I'm down. I'm ready for this. I'm down
too.
I think we should make a video episode and just do this. This is Smorgasbord travels in our minds.
In our minds. It's just a 20-minute slideshow of pictures we found on Google.
That actually might be fun. Yeah. So that's our episode in the Calçotada. Hopefully we'll give this a try.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. We already said what we're eating.
We did, yeah. Goldfish crackers.
I haven't eaten that much. All right. Eggs Benny. Woo.
This is Smorgasbord.
Have a ritual, myth, or something strange you want us to explore? Send us a message through Facebook at Geek Happy Network or email us at team@geekhappynetwork.com. We'd love to hear from our fellow Smorgies. This show was created by Angel Lin and Mik Narciso, hosted by Angel Lin and Mik Narciso, edited by Mik Narciso and Bianca Goico, logo and graphics by Angel Lin, music by Mik Narciso, and videography by Bianca Goico.